So you have, can you see the screen?
Yes.
So in this Matlab, so generally what the Matlab will do is that here we can perform various visualization and numerical computations, and we can also deal with various programmings. Okay, so programming environments can also able to deal with this Matlab. Okay, so it is generally developed by, it is developed by MathWorks Limited. So and then here in this Matlab we have all number of built-in commands. Okay, so there it helps us for doing of operations in a easy manner. Okay, and Matlab is generally multi paradigm. So here so you can see this diagram will related to the Matlab. So where you can perform the visual operations and reflections and generic and meta programming. So these are all the paradigms which comes under the Matlab. Okay. So here, so there are several user written functions and then built-in functions. So how by using all those things we can also generate graphics, and we can also perform computations and interact with several other programming languages like C, Java, Fortran, and other programming languages. Okay, so and then so basically there are so many uses of this Matlab. So first, if we talk about this Matlab, so here high level computations can be easily performed. So scientific calculator. So and then it is also deals with matrices. Okay, so all the matrices operations are easily performed on the Matlab. Okay, and there are various uses of this Matlab. So generally we will use this Matlab for signal processing and communications, and image video processing, control systems, and we can test and measure. Okay, so whatever data we have, okay, so whatever be the data we have, we can take the data and then we can test them, and then we can measure by using by taking some parameters on the data. Okay, and then we can perform several computationals which are related to the finance and all other sectors. Okay, so every sector data can be managed and they can be used for the Matlab. Okay, so here data analysis can be done by taking the data sets. Okay, and then we can import the data, and then we can perform several operations on the data. Okay, so here how we will perform this Matlab is that first we need to install the Matlab. Okay, so Matlab, so you can see this environment likewise. So here you can see. Okay, so whenever you want to install the Matlab, then you need to register on the site first, and then only you are permitted to install the software. So there you need to give your details, and then you need to register with your email ID, and then you need to give your specifications. Okay, so all those things you need to give, and then finally you need to install the software. Okay, so after installing the software you can use. Okay, so this is a IDE, general IDE of Matlab. Okay, so we will discuss each and everything related to the Matlab. And so here in the Matlab, so first working window, main working window of total, this Matlab will be called as desktop. Okay, so total working window of the Matlab is called desktop. So in the desktop we have several parts. Okay, so in this, so you can identify here. Okay, so here PWD will be there, and then current folder is related to the present working directories, and then command window is used for executing of the commands. So this is indicated by prompts. So you can see here this is a command window. Here prompts will be there. Okay, prompt, and workspace will be there, and then command history. We can also view the command history. So currently I have disabled that one, so I'll show you, okay, how the command history can also be seen. So if you don't have any laptop, then no problem. So you can install the mobile version of the Matlab. Okay, so you have mobile version. So I'll show you. So you can install Matlab. So by going to your Play Store. Okay, so in the Play Store you can see here the Matlab mobile version is available. So if you don't have any laptop, then also no problem, you can directly install the Matlab mobile version. So this is also by the same company, MathWorks. Okay, so by using this application you can perform all kinds of operations which we are going to discuss throughout the lab. Okay, so now we'll start the Matlab. And so we'll see first how we need to work with the Matlab. Okay, so here in the Matlab it will, as I said that, so there are so many predefined libraries will be there. Okay, so which will helps us in and executing the commands easily. So we don't have to do anything. Okay, so we just need to enter a valid expression and then we can press enter for completing of the operations. Okay, so in this if we use the semicolon in the expressions, then what it means that, so it will stores. Okay, so it will stores the expression, and finally when we try to execute that expression, that will be executed generally in the Matlab. So whenever we will enter any expression and we may press enter, so at the time automatically it will be executed. Okay, so no need to do anything. But when we were giving some semicolon, okay, so that will be stored generally. Okay, so here every variable or every data value will be stored in the Matlab in the form of matrix. Okay, so that I will show you. So and for we need to remember some commands. Okay, so some commands for just for the purpose of managing the session. So if we have opened this Matlab and then we have done something and then we need to do the data, we need to remove or we need to clear the screen, or we need to find how many variables we have created, so everything, so we can do with the help of some commands. Okay, so some commands. So here, see, here are some commands. Okay, so CLC is a command for clearing the window, and then clear is a command for removing of the all the variables, and exist will check. Okay, so existence of file or a variable. Okay, so if that variable is existing or not, how we will find is that we will execute this command. And if I wanted to declare the variables in a global, so I can use global, okay, as a command. And then help is for searching of anything. Okay, anything, if you don't know anything on the Matlab, then it will directly give here. So you can also type here in this window for any kind of help, or you can type here in the command window for the help. Okay, on the particular topic. Okay, so look for is for searches. Okay, so it searches the help entries. Okay, whatever we will give the keyword. Okay, so one word we may press some in some way. So based on that word, keyword, so all the related searches will be given for look for. Okay, and then quit is for stopping of the Matlab. And then who means, so whatever we have declared the variables, okay, all those variables will be showed by the this command. Okay, and then whose means, so the list of variables along with the details. Okay, so along with the data types, and then how much long they are, and what is the data stored in that. So everything, every in detail things are related to the variables will be displayed by this whose. Okay, so after installing successfully, press start and then go to the Matlab. Okay, so here you can have the Matlab, right? So in this Matlab you need to take this one. not active or deactive or something else. Okay, so this is about the licensed version, so that we have active and deactive also is there, but you may don't get all these options, I think so. So when you install this Matlab in your laptops, you can directly search in the search bar, or you can go to the start menu and then open the Matlab. So after opening the Matlab, so you will have environment like this. Okay, so this is the IDE of the Matlab. So in the home menu, so we'll have number of options. Okay, so we will explore one by one. So when we discuss about more topics. Okay, so this is only about introduction to the Matlab environment, and then how we will execute several simple commands on the Matlab. So here in this left, okay, so you can see the current folder, so which means, so where the Matlab had installed, and then where you are currently working on, and then here you can see the total path. Okay, users, SPMVV, documents, and Matlab. So this is total path. So you can get this by the command also. Okay, so pwd is a command for getting the path of the total environment, which is present working directory. PW is present working direct. Okay, so